Okay, it is now 7:30. Back into regular session.
Open meeting.
Open meeting session. Thought the executive session was productive, and
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we hired George as our new superintendent of the water sewer department.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion?
Thank you.
Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Congratulations, George.
Thank you very much to all.
We'll get the contract put together and get it to you, and
Effective date.
effective date, yes, will be Monday, whatever, Monday the 11th? The 11th of November, so
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
congratulations for now.
Keep paddling the boat.
Now you can't get out of it.
No.
Okay, so that's revisit the discussed pump usage and water consumption.
Yeah, I provided, we brought up Tom had requested some data about what we've been doing the last few months of pumpage. So we got from July on to about October. Gives you just an average of what we've been doing per day, per month. Shows where our heavy seasons are, what some of the highlighted pumpage has been, somewhere up in the 800 range, 700 range, which is putting our stations, like I said, was close to the 24. But we're getting better now. We've got some leak detection going on right now too, which is giving us some ideas where some leaks were, and that's being addressed right now too. So we've buttoned up a couple other leaks we found. So everything is helping. The pumpage is coming down a little bit.
Do you know what you would max out at in a day?
As I saw, we were around 8:15 to 8:20. We were about 24. That's a max point where both stations were fully running 24 and not actually filling, replenishing. They were just holding their own. So at that point, though, the catch-up time at night would always be coming into play where we would catch up a little bit. But you got to understand, if we had a major incident like we had that other time, it took me about a week and a half to recover. And that was with the weather being not so hot and people using a lot of water.
Something like that happened in the middle of the summer.
Correct.
Well, again,
Okay.
I'm just looking quick, and 812, you pumped over $1 million.
Yeah, I saw that, 741,000
Yeah.
from Schofield.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's combined. That was with some added help from Station 6. With the, I know it's hard to read those things, but Station 3 and Station 6 run in conjunction. One may be on the first lead, one may be on the second lead. So Station 3 is a stronger running station, so that when it's first lead, that could run up to 430,000 gallons in a day, where Station 6 may pump out 180 or something like that. It's hard to explain with the way they're designed, because one overpowers too much, so as it's gaining strength, it's not calling for the other one to enact.
You know the gallons a minute?
Yeah, one in Station 3 is about 306. Station 3 is 306, and Station 6 is around 200, 198 to 200, and that it varies with head pressure. So call it 200 at the top end. And like I said, we can adjust them a little bit.
Right.
We can, but I'm keeping everything right where it is right now.
So you think like 800,000 like 24/7?
That's getting very close to 24/7, yes. The one station is definitely 24, and the other one's very close on its heels, probably 23.3 or something like that. Right on the heels.
Can't maintain that for very long.
No, so that's what I'm saying. I'm okay right now. Everything's simmering down a little bit. We'll get through the season. My only worry is coming up next summer, in the time when Nichols College comes back in with the high school, and it's hot, and late August, early September timeframe. That's my worry time.
Well,
So
hopefully
728, 640 is 24/7.
Okay. Thank you, George. Mission communication system discussion.
brought some papers, but I left them in my car.
Okay.
Just to show you some of that. They had a webinar today that I listened to. They keep advancing more and more. Did you guys say you were buying one of the mission communication ones? I thought Brian said that you guys were purchasing
I think
one.
we're looking at that. We were looking in that, but not quite versed
Because
in
I
it.
asked him about that, and that's what I thought he said that's what we were in the process of doing.
Yeah, but I thought we were just looking into that more. Yeah, I think we're looking into it strongly, but like I said, I'm not totally versed in it, so Brian's more versed in it than I am.
Could you get the information from him? And
Yeah, I can get you whatever you need. I use them now.
I think that's the way of the future.
Yeah.
If we can get that far, that's phenomenal.
And the webinar today that I listened to, they had said that they're easily integratable with any SCADA systems that you have now.
Yours works good. I've seen how yours works, and it's very,
What are we talking about for, like, cost, price points and things like that?
I want to say it's for the service package, and they try to I don't think they've raised their price on the service package in like 20 years. They said that they try not to raise those fees. So it's been like, I want to say, around $30 a month, which is probably less than you're paying for your phone lines right now, for any of your auto dialers or anything,
Per
Yeah,
month,
per unit.
per unit?
the auto dials
So
have
we-
come off now from the analog system. We're on the SCADA now, so we're primarily using off the SCADA system, which is good. But yeah, he mentioned that, and I was kind of looking into it, and I just got sidetracked with some other things, but I find it to be a very
I think
positive
you got a lot on
thing.
your table, but
That seems
think
like
we
it's a
could-
very,
if you could get us this route,
yeah,
These are very simple. They're easy to install. I know Donnie's put them
Donnie's
in
a
for
vet.
me. He's got another guy that works for him that's put them in for me.
I'm supposed to be meeting with Donnie on something else, but I'm going to ask him and Brian to get together and see if we can get this thing moving along on this, because I like what I saw and what I heard.
Yeah, and I mean, and they're just like every week adding things that they can do, and
Yep.
there's functions that they can do, and there's actually, they went over one today that they added that if, like I have it on my phone, you have it on your phone, Brian has it on his phone, there's actually a, kind of like a share my location thing. So it shows where you are, and you can, hey, I need you to come over to this station, or you can use it to identify where, get the exact coordinates on where your pump station is. They just keep advancing, like, quickly. And the amount of stuff that you can do with it, the reports you get, all the data is saved. You don't have to save it on your computer. They save it forever. You can create, like, the circular charts. I know you got some at your stations,
Yes.
but anything that you have going into those, you could tie into this and have them electronically. You can create graphs. You can get Excel spreadsheets. It's just, you can even have them tied into your monthly reports if you wanted to. If you had, like, your flow data, your chlorine data, there's ways to actually link it, and it'll put the data into your report for you.
And this is all cell-based?
Yeah. And you can go either Verizon or AT&T. It doesn't matter which one you go. You just tell them which one you have better service with around here.
So if you can get some information for us so that we can get, I've seen, some of your playing around on the phone.
I think it's the way of the future.
Absolutely it is.
It's-
It makes a lot of sense to, as we're
involved with that.
jumping into modernization,
Yeah.
kind of falling into it.
And for the price of them, I mean, you look at those, like, I don't know, what'd you have for dialers before? Do you have, like, the Raycos or the Verbatums? Or,
Verbatums,
yeah, I mean, those are probably close to $1,500, $1,800 a piece anyway, and they're pretty much dumb. It's got 2 wires that go in to tell you art and alarm, and then it just calls in a list. This thing, it'll call you, it'll email you, it'll page you.
Yeah.
It can do everybody at once. It can call in an order that you want. You can pick timetables that, if during the day you wanted to call the office first, or if you wanted to call whoever's, if you wanted to call Brian first, you can set up your schedules based on time frames, who gets called at what times. So the technology is unbelievable.
I think it's money well spent.
I think
Okay.
for the amount you pay for this, it's leaps and bounds above anything else that you're gonna get.
Okay.
Have them installed by next meeting, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so get us some more information on that, if there's a rep for this area.
Hayes Pumps is the local rep.
And, okay, the water and sewer reports, I know we've got them written. Is there anything, I mean, some of the stuff is just, regular monthly stuff. Is there anything, notable or anything that we should really?
Just quickly, I did go over with the board a little bit about the generator proposals for the Lakeview Pump Station.
Right.
Bob had agreed, and I agreed, maybe we're going to hold off a little bit. There's a couple of questions we had on it, because there's three bids here, 3 quotes. 2 are Generac, 1 was Kohler. The Kohler ones we use right now with this thing, but we want to go over a couple more things on it. It's going to take a few, like a 2-month period anyway to get the thing ordered. I mean, we're talking in the spring by the time the weather clears to install it and get the pad ready and everything. So I'll just vote, we just hold off for a minute, hold off till next meeting.
Okay.
Get a little more clarification on that, on those
We have
bids there.
Kohl's now?
We have Kohl's in the water department right now, yeah, and they work very good for us, so,
Price between the two?
What's that?
Price between the two?
With these here, you're in the general vicinity of $18,000 for generators in that general vicinity. We're also in discussion with
But I
Mr.
mean, between the Kohler and the Generac.
The prices are very, within $1,000, $1,500 of difference, but some of them have added warranty and have added stronger transfer boxes.
Added value.
Added value, so like I said, we'll go over a couple of things just to
Okay.
clarify it a little bit better. The only other thing was that we had an incident, Luke
I just saw that number 14.
Yeah, Luke hurt his hand on a crank on a dump truck, maybe cranking it too fast, I don't know, and it flew out and cut his hand a little bit. He ended up going to Hubbard for some stitches. It was reported to Rich Carmignati. Then the insurance company did come down just as a standard procedure to view the truck, see if the truck had a defect, and it didn't. It was just it's the truck we had since 2000.
Just an accident.
Just an accident. And they said, no problem, and that was the end of that.
Okay.
So just let the board know about that. Everything else is, as you read it here, it's pretty clear cut. We're still involved with the energy efficient programs in the grants and things, trying to get some upgrades for the stations for heating in both water and sewer and lighting, and that's through National Grid. So that's an ongoing situation there.
I want to point out one other thing. When you do those through National Grid and everything, a representative at DEP, Mike DeBarra,
Yep.
he runs another program, they call it a gap funding.
Yep.
So typically when you do a grant through National Grid or something, they'll do a 2-year plan, they add it right to your electric bill, and they try to factor it so that, they'll only go 2 years on your National Grid thing. Let's say it was $100,000.
Yeah.
And they say you're gonna save $75,000 over that 2-year period. So it's gonna pay for itself essentially throughout the 2-year period. Well, DEP is offering another grant that covers that extra $25,000.
Do you have his number and everything so I can
Yeah,
call? Yeah, all right. Give him a call. I'm just at the auditing stages right now.
Right, but that gap funding, they want plans in place. So
Yeah.
once you get the reports from the audit, you'll have them in place so you're ready and eligible for that grant.
Yeah.
If they're rolling that.
Well, I'm trying to roll it in with the town. The town has already received a grant with the highway and everything. I'm trying to roll our stuff as well.
This can be another one, just
Yep.
the more grants we get, the
Yep, yep.
less money comes out of our
Yep.
ratepayers.
And everything else is pretty much, as you see on the thing there, that's standard stuff.
The reclassification of the job titles?
Yeah, that's, we're looking that time frame to begin that process sometime in the springtime. I've got some things going on right now, so we're trying to get, like I said, everybody with these reclassifications, jobs to be water sewer department, with cross-training, cross-work, so that there's no mistake that, one's gonna be holding with the other. It's not, and that's gonna come with, anyway, into play as we get into these titles, because there's gonna be some enhancement for monetary and for responsibility, which is already now happening. So, and it's gonna fall in line with the DEP staffing plan and what they're looking at for us to have for titles. So, there's not gonna be no more mechanics and maintenance and laborers, and that's all done.
Okay.
Okay, That's the last of our agenda items, but I did have a conversation, very brief conversation with the town administrator. He's been contacted by the union concerning possible, the union is requesting a meeting with Mr. Ruda as the personnel manager for the town to discuss wage increase for one of our employees. Now, it's not on our agenda, so we really can't have a vote or anything like that on it, but Mr. Ruda would like to know what our feelings are on this matter, so that he knows how to move forward. In the past, the town administrator has pretty much done what they do, and that we haven't been in the loop. They have the new town administrator and the Board of Selectmen have been very receptive to bringing us into the loop on some of this stuff. He wants to know how we feel about it, and
I think we're going to go with new job titles and classifications, and
this is sort of falling in line with what I've been saying before about the new titles. It's gonna actually, the information is there, and what I've asked the local SEIU rep if one of our or two of our board members can sit on that conversation with Mr. Ruda. She has no problem with that at all, because then all the discussions and information can be presented of what's been happening.
I think we should wait and do the whole department and not one individual.
This one's a little bit more been hanging, and it needs to kind of be done as soon as possible. Not only fairness to the employee and what's been going on. It already was signed off a while back, and I can't get into the situation.
yeah, for some reason, there was something that wasn't appropriate about it.
It wasn't done. It was
properly.
an issue brought up about it, and like I said, it could backfire on an issue against the other party too, because it's already been done in another department, and it reflects the same individual, the same as the one they have. So, and like I said, it would actually kill a couple birds with one stone and get it done where it is now. It would take care of this problem. It would complete the issue that I was saying about before, about restructuring and that. And then the next group would be the rest of the guys who are moving into these new job titles to take care of them.
Personally, I think we ought to just do them all together.
If that's the case, then we'd have to pull the other guys in earlier than expected to bring everybody more closer into the time frame, because this was left hanging for a little bit, and it shouldn't have been. The union has also got some case on it. So if we do that, I can present it to her, the rep, to do that, but you may be talking a couple weeks out yet before, because now you're involving a larger group to come in and do it, and we haven't really established these yet.
Well, if we're gonna do them all anyways, I just soon personally do them all at once. We're gonna reclassify the jobs, titles, to do everybody's. That's my feeling.
And if we're not gonna do them all, I want at least this one to be done the way we want the positions to be. I mean, I agree with doing them all at once, but I'm saying if they're trying to push this particular one forward, I want it done in line with our thought of reclassifying.
This has been in and out since May, and it's been sort of unfair to the individual, because it was all set and done, and there was an issue brought up because supposedly something wasn't done properly. And like I said, it wouldn't really affect anything as far as just get that area established, and then we can move on to the other guys, getting them done too. But it would give us a little bit more leeway on the other guys, because I have to sit there and work and make sure that the terminology is correct and the descriptions are correct where it's reflecting, which would take some time. And this is pretty much ready to go as it is, with a minor tweak. So she's already coming in because there's other issue involved, aside from this, on a matter with the union that she's addressing also.
Not involving our department?
No.
Okay.
Well, it involves the departments, but everybody, the whole town and things. So I would like to just let this, at least have one of our, or two of our reps there, just to sit on the meeting, then they get the full idea of what they're talking about with this and make their presentations too. And that'll take care of that issue. Because they're a little bit off the side from what, on the water side, because of the licensing and all that stuff, which makes it a little bit different, but not much.
Okay, all right.
I'll keep you posted on that anyway. It's, the meeting hasn't been fully set yet. It's coming up soon, but I'll let you know when it is.
Okay, I've got an idea of how the board feels, and I will convey that to our town administrator, so that he'll move forward with it as he's as he is able to. Is there anything else that any board members have? Any concerns? Anything else, George?
No, I think it's enough right now.
Okay. Yeah, well, we went through quite a bit. Yes.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else on the.
I did stop the other day. I was on my way to work, going in late, and happened to see movement down behind Station 3, so I stopped.
Please stop by, everybody.
And talk to the guy. The guy came around the corner of the fence just as I got there. He was looking down. I think I scared him.
Yeah.
But talked to him for about 15 minutes about the whole process and how they're working. It's a lot different than I thought it was, as how those things were drilled.
It's amazing how, you know.
It's not even drilled, it's pounded.
Yeah.
Boy, the neighbors must love us. That's got to be shaking, that's got to be rattling the
I have the
foundation.
next selectmen's meeting, I have to make a little announcement about, we're sorry about the noise over in that Schofield Ave area. It's just the way it is.
It's a way, yeah.
You know.
But in any case, yeah, great work. Keep it up. Anything from you, Jen?
No,
Anything going on with the office? Or?
No, the bills will be going out.
Oh, yay.
And there is, the stuff will be in there about the rate increase and everything. So
Okay. Awesome.
Put Scott's number on it?
everything went, yes, I put Scott's home phone. And so.
Oh, my wife. I never answer the home phone, ever.
Man of the hour.
Don't use my home number because I don't answer it. Okay, anything
Chair, I'll
else?
make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.